Hell no, I'm getting out of here.
Is there anyone up here?
That gave legit goosebumps there.
She jumped off the bridge.
Are you counting me?
Apalachicola National Forest. Here we are.
We're here just south of Quincy, and we're going to be looking for a Florida Skunkape, also known as a mini Bigfoot, also known as the hillbilly southern ape thing. I just made that part up.
Sounds good to me.
All right, so we got to pick a direction to go, and we're gonna go look for this thing.
Let's do this, baby.
This way?
Sure, let's do it.
Okay,
Which way looks more shady? That way looks really sunny. This way looks kind of shady. Oh, hey, listen, I gotta warn you. See that tree right there? I heard about that tree. Just gotta look out. It's real shady looking.
Okay. Oh, this is a top right over here.
It's real shady looking. You gotta be careful. I wouldn't want anybody to get hurt out here.
Oh, yeah, so one of the tools I'm bringing with me is this snake hook. When you're in a Florida
Okay,
forest,
you did.
You always want a snake hook. Bradley has a stick, so we can bang on trees, but also maybe to assist the snake hook if need be. Hopefully we won't have to use any of these, and we can just kind of steer clear.
I'm not sure this is a walkway. I think it's just a drive-through. I don't really see a trail.
This looks like a path.
Oh, you want to left the path?
You want to go down this trail?
Sure. Let's do it. Ooh, a little foggy.
Dude, freaking Red Bull can out here, man. Really?
Yeah, jerk off people and leave behind themselves. It makes me so angry. People don't even have the courtesy to clean up behind themselves.
I mean, just look at how secluded this is. Yeah, we're on a trail, but we are in the middle of an empty forest. We're the only two people out here for miles. Which means we have to be super alert and super careful, but also this is like the best chance we've had at finding a Sasquatch since we started these hikes and adventures. What's that over there? It's a tree. Could be a tree. Could be a Bigfoot.
Could be a bee flying around the head. Could be a Bigfoot. What is Bigfoot?
Well, your son is convinced that Bigfoot's made of wood.
What if Bigfoot has active camouflage? And he just like taps his chest?
Mm-hmm.
He's just invisible. That's not nobody can see.
Could be.
He's
Could be.
alien with advanced technology. Let's find a tree. Do some tapping.
There's one right up here. I think would be perfect right there. We can go toward that one and we'll get a good shot of you just tapping it away. Remember, BS Paranormal Investigations. We do crypto, but we're just really two guys with a camera. You could probably go a little harder than that. Want to try a squatch call?
One I did the other day?
Yeah.
That wasn't it, was it?
Nah.
That was pretty close, wasn't it?
That was very close. That's a good call, man. Mm-hmm. That's thunder.
The most rain today was 10. I swear to God, if we're in that 10%.
Here, I'm gonna try a Squatch call. Just,
I don't think it's thunder. I think it's some kind of plane jet.
Okay, so we were hiking and we came across this deer track in the mud. And we're pretty sure it's a white-tailed deer. That's the most common deer around here. But it's also worth noting that it could be a juvenile Sasquatch. And if you can't hear the sarcasm in that, then you're not paying attention.
Could be a deer. Could be a deer. Could be a Sasquatch.
Just gonna stop for a moment and just pan around.
I mean, for something trying to stay hidden, this is perfect. It's open and closed at the same time.
It is so quiet, man.
The clouds are coming in. You'll see shadows.
Whether or not we find anything out here, the hike alone is worth every second of being out here. It's just beautiful, beautiful country. If we're lucky, maybe we'll see a gopher tortoise or a indigo snake. Just like the whole forest is ours right now. I dropped my snake hook. So quiet. It's just so silent. Go. You can hear owls. Sticks upside down, man. Sticks upside down. I only hear horned owls.
Oh, I hear an owl. But it's cool though. At least hear an owl.
Yeah. Hear something?
That was a whistle. Like a human whistle. No, it didn't sound like a bird. It could have been.
But again, we have all the space to ourselves.
There are no cars. Trying to make sure I don't hit your scribe part.
I don't know, man.
Hopefully the camera caught the sound. That'd be good. This is a pretty audible whistle.
Could it have been the... Oh, there's more deer tracks.
Ooh. Definitely.
Is that bear scat?
Bear.
I think that's old bear scat.
Back there. Not real sure what it was. Just a noise.
Oh, a bear was here a few days ago. Because that is bear scat. It's old as hell. But it's bear scat.
Well, it's dry out here too, so it may not even be that old that you would think. Could be 24 hours.
So you like this a little bit better than hiking in the burnt?
Yeah, I think we got a better chance of seeing something. I saw a little spider web. Something in the woods.
Okay, I'm gonna get out my phone and film. Or are you gonna get out your phone and film?
Probably need to put that backpack back on. Just in case we need to scoot out real quick. Yeah, this is what I'm used to. I heard something in the woods.
I did too.
Sound like it's in that real thick, brushy part.
Yep, I agree. It's right ahead of us.
Bet you won't see nothing on here colored. I think we heard something.
Well, we haven't heard it since its initial move.
Heard a different sound. It wasn't a wind blowing leaves.
But I think because we stopped, it stopped.
You hear that?
We haven't heard any movement since. I mean, it could have been a branch falling or something, but... I'm gonna watch our flanks.
We were able to make it to the largest, sorry, let me word this right. The Apalachicola National Forest is the largest U.S. national forest in the state of Florida. It encompasses 632,890 acres. So, let's put that into mileage, 988.89 square miles. Now, obviously, we didn't walk 988.
He's
square
lying. We walked the whole thing from one end to the other.
I was just trying to be humble. Obviously, we didn't even drive the whole thing.
No.
It was huge, but
What we did do is we
Awesome.
drove to the smack dab middle
we did. We were,
of the forest.
we were in the middle of it.
And there was no one else around, and we were like, this is it. This is where we can find a Sasquatch.
We
If
saw-
they are real, this is where they would be.
We saw one car on the way in there. That was miles and miles back.
Yeah, like,
there
I think,
wasn't no-
yeah. That was actually on the highway. That wasn't actually in the park either.
Yeah. The only car we saw in the park was up for sale. That's all it was. I remember that.
That was a motorcycle. Yeah. No, I remember. Now it was that blue van.
Yep.
Yep.
Blue
Yep.
van. again, man, beautiful state land. It was weird. It was wide open, but yet closed off, bushy. There were so low-lying bushes you could see forever. As far as you want to, which is good for safety.
Yeah, longleaf pines. It was an amazing experience to go into a southeastern longleaf pine forest and just like experience just being in that natural environment. Like the ecology there was so different from what we had in Georgia.
Right, it was
Yeah.
a complete 180, which was real interesting.
Because in Georgia, I think Georgia was actually a warmer day, but because it was so forested
We were
in
shaded.
a different way, it was cool and shady.
Yeah.
This place, it was a cooler day, but because the trees really didn't do a good job of shading us, it was like brutally hot.
Yeah. And we were able to take two different trails.
Yep.
The first trail, let's see, we had some okay things.
You can tell it's been recently mitigated.
Yeah, and I think that played a part in not really getting anything. Obviously, no animals, no water, no reason for a Bigfoot to be there, or really anything. There were some owls, some tree flyers. Didn't we hear a noise?
No, that's where we found the prints, though. We saw deer and raccoon prints.
Yeah, we saw deer, raccoon prints. I think we found the raccoon's house, maybe?
Yeah.
Or deer's den, one of the two.
We did see some bear scat. Black bear
That was in
scat.
the second.
Was it?
That was in the second stop.
Okay.
Nothing really interesting. We did some calls, did some knocking on trees. I think everything we heard, we pretty much were able to say it was an owl. Nothing real big there.
Yeah, the first trail was gorgeous to hike and to be in, but there was nothing there. Like
Now the second trail is an interesting.
that was like as soon as we got out there, you had an experience.
Second trail, we got there. There's some interesting things for sure.
Yeah, and you we literally were out there like 10 seconds, and you heard something.
10 seconds. I think as soon as we stepped to the front line of the trail, I heard a whistle. I mean, as plain as day. Not a bird whistle, not a human whistle. It was a clear whistle. And of course, everybody says that's how they communicate. Scouts will whistle from a Bigfoot to allow other ones to know there's somebody around. I think I tried some thermal. We stayed there for a second looking. We tried, and we may have gotten a rustle in the leaves, but I think that was it. Nothing else there. But that whistle, man, when I tell you it was plain as day, and there wasn't no bugs around my head, plenty of bug spray on. No bug. That's my first thought was, daggum bug. But there was none. The whistle was just plain as we're talking to each other. So we didn't find anything there. Went on down. We had the bear scat.
Yep.
That was kind of cool.
It was the bear scat.
Which was not fresh, but not like sandy, so that's a good sign. Wildlife, there's predators, that's a good thing. You want to see that.
We had the rustle.
Yeah, that big, thick set of bushes. We had some rustling, but only when we were talking or moving. That's what was weird. I think once or twice we got to hear it when we weren't. So it's kind of like they were waiting until we're doing something to make a little noise. But again, thermal, IR, nothing could see it. Nothing could see through there. Was it a deer or bear? I don't know. Seemed like something very intelligent though, because they didn't move unless we talked or we moved.
But isn't that kind of the behavior of prey? They try to like stay still when they feel like they're being hunted, and when they're less afraid, they'll.
Yeah, some of them will do it. Older ones, older animals, and even predators will do it. Really, any animal, as long as they're older and they're more experienced. Kind of like the snake thing, rattlesnake. Grown, you'd rather get bit by a grown one than a baby. Yeah. The baby doesn't know how to control. again, we saw it. We didn't find any evidence, but something to talk about, something to be interested in.
Well, here's a question to kind of tie it all together. So, you know, I do give Bigfoot a little bit more leeway than I do ghosts, right? Like, because I'm like, what you're telling me isn't that some mysterious supernatural force is out there, but you're telling me there's just an animal or a creature of some kind out there that we just haven't discovered.
Yeah,
and I'm able to be a little bit more liberal with that, and I say I jokingly, well, it is real, but I say there's a 1% chance they're real.
Yeah. Well,
do you think either of the forests we've been to could have a Sasquatch in it?
Looking at the areas, yeah. I would lean more towards Apalachicola having one. Just because it seemed like where we had all the noises was thick bushes. And you listen to what they say, that could be scouts. You know, scouting can be in thin bushes. They're going to be in the thick stuff. I would lean more towards Apalachicola. The reason I wouldn't so much as Providence, there's just a lot of people. And I think Bigfoot they don't want to be discovered. They want to hide. So they wouldn't be where a whole lot of people are. In my personal opinion.
Well, and I think we talked about this a little bit, but is the fact that the Apalachicola National Forest does have one of its more northern boundaries just south of Quincy, Florida. And Quincy, Florida is renowned and, like, I guess you could say popular for what Floridians call the Skunkape.
Yes.
Which is a little Bigfoot.
Or what they call it, the two-egg stump jumper.
Two-egg stump jumper, if you're from Jackson County, Florida, like we are.
And a smaller one could have hid in that. But you know, kind of my theory on the Bigfoot, I agree with some of the people. It's, let's see, I'm trying to explain this. They are gigantic, hairy people or animal who back in the day saw all of us humans hunting them out. So, and they're intelligent, so they hid. So they don't want to be found. They don't want to be found. But like you were saying, it's more believable because it is a species that hasn't been found. I mean, how many species haven't been found in the ocean? We're finding new species in the ocean every day. In the rainforest that we haven't been through, you know, we're finding all kinds of new stuff. So that's why I believe more in a Bigfoot. It's so possible. I think they're so smart that they're staying hidden. They don't want to be hunted out. I mean, how many other animals are doing that? They don't want to be hunted out, so they're doing what they can to stay away from people.
I personally believe if there was a creature like this, we would have found a body by now.
Well, again, you go back to what you were telling me about. They bury their dead.
That's the belief.
Even the rogues. But again, if they're smart enough, they don't want to be found. You have a rogue Bigfoot, and there's scouts everywhere. They're going to see it, so they're going to make the call. They're going to come in and bury him. But I guess let me play both parts now. We have so much technology. We have drones. We have thermals. We have, I'm not sure what they're called, but where they can ping down and tell you the density of the ground.
Oh, sonar.
Yeah, sonar. Sonar, radar, all these DAR systems that we have. Could we shoot it into the ground and maybe see something? Maybe. Our Bigfoot, savage and just rip the dead apart to bury them in different places? I don't know. I've never seen a theory on that. But that'd be a good way to not be found. You know what I mean? But I'll play both parts on that and just say with so much technology, you'd think we found a body. I mean, you can get household drones at 5 and 10 miles out. So if we're in one spot, we can cover a huge area with a drone. And I mean, I guess they'd have to be super hearing and super seeing to see it, but I still think I think they're out there. Which one would I go back to give more time investigating? Apalachicola. Which one would I go back to just for a hike and beautiness? I'd go to Providence. Especially, I'd take my family out there. That'd be real cool. But Apalachicola is beauty too. It's very beautiful. It's just a different type. It's not a park. It's a forest, and it's very beautiful. I love it. What do you think? Could there be one in either one?
No.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
Yeah. So for this year, is Bigfoot real or is it BS?
You let us know.
Here's the door.